This movie is kinda terrible, yet kinda great. It's a sweet spot bad movie where I can't make heads or tails of it, but by the time it got to its preposterous finale, I was glad I was there. This is a movie that's partly a throwback to an 80s, 90s fighter movie like Best of the Best or No Retreat, No Surrender, where it's about a man named Liger who loves fighting and uses it to overcome his stammer and then becomes a celebrity MMA fighter. His trainer says there are only two rules: one, focus, and two, absolutely no girls. Cut to a yacht with a ton of bikini-clad babes and a musical number. Hell, this guy is so good at fighting that in the opening scene, he's introduced into the ring. Then it cuts to him being chased by a car which hits him, but that makes him stronger. And oh no, his love interest has been kidnapped. Even in his sparring sessions, I think he breaks a man's back, and the reaction from those watching is just to say, OMG. The dialogue in this is so bad. This is a world where the fighters happen upon a roaming street gang whose big threatening line is to say, hey, does that guy have a stammer? Let's go beat him up! His stammer, by the way, is strictly played for laughs. So it always seems like it's just an actor stuttering, and it gets obnoxious after a while. Then the other part of the movie is about an annoying influencer that seems lifted from a Disney Channel original movie. And she is so obsessed with becoming a star, she says to her friends, "Hold my latte," as she threatens our hero, who she seems to think left mean internet comments to her, then follows him to his gym and threatens him again with a knife. There's a part where she's watching him fight, and she says, "Wow, like a kung fu movie. I wonder if he's Chinese." I couldn't tell if this person was supposed to be a love interest or the movie's villain. She does tie into a lot, though, because this is a movie so full of ridiculous coincidences, every other person is related to each other somehow. One of my favorite parts is when a rival gang tells her that Liger stutters, and she reacts to it like it's the worst news she has ever gotten. She dumps him on the spot and screams at him, "You betrayed me!" And then he's like, "But you already knew this. We've had several conversations. You told me it was cute." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, well, I was drunk. I don't remember any of that." Hell, the best character in the movie is his mom, who straight up says to her at one point, "Your parents deserve to have their bones broken." Her inspiring speech to Liger is to tell him, if you fight someone who is stronger than you, just imagine they're the one who killed your father. So much of this does not work as a whole movie. There are several sequences of MMA fighting where he's going for the championship, but the people he's fighting aren't really characters in the movie, so there's not a lot of drama here, and it feels like the movie stops dead and you're just watching pay-per-view events for 20 minutes. And then, hey, suddenly he'll be facing off against an all-girl street gang dressed like they're out of 1990 The Bronx Warriors. I think he may even be a cyborg in one scene, as when one girl says what her fighting style is, a screen goes up next to his head, scrolling through different fighting styles so he can pick the right one, like he's in the Matrix. And the musical score to this thing never stops. The movie doesn't take itself too seriously, because a lot of the score is shenanigansy music, complete with sad trombone and record scratches. Or two people will just be talking, yet the score sounds like it's a car chase. As for the musical numbers, yes, this is one where there's no rhyme or reason to them happening. As in, mom calls the love interest to say, "Stay away from my son," and she's like, "Okay," click, "where's my vodka?" Then she gets drunk and crashes a wedding for a song and dance. The theater was a packed house, and a lot of people were getting up to use the restroom during the musical numbers. Let's see, did I forget anything else about this? Wait, is that Mike Tyson? Yes it is! Iron Mike is in the film! Could this be the movie version of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out we've been dreaming about? No, he's not himself here. He's a famous fighter named Mark Anderson, who spends his retirement being a criminal mastermind who runs a ranch where he and his henchmen dress like cowboys. Yes, it is just a cameo. He is only in it for one scene, but it is the best, most outlandish scene in the entire film. Somehow it becomes one of the greatest scenes in a movie this year because it's so stupid. The dialogue in this scene alone made it worth the ticket price for me. But of course, I can't speak for everyone. You know how I said this was a packed house? Well, it started out that way, but then more people were leaving and they did not come back. My row was full at the beginning, but then during the second half, there were only 3 of us in the row. It is a high ticket price film, so your theater rewards won't work for it, and the ticket is more expensive than a regular one. So I can't in good conscience say this deserves high price tickets. But if everything I said is intriguing to you, and you just have to see it, you probably won't regret it. It is a mess though. It's the kind of movie that has flashbacks within flashbacks, and then another flashback to something that just happened only a minute prior. I'll give it a C-, but if you go, I'm not gonna talk you out of it. Thank you for going on this ride with me. Be sure to subscribe to our channel today and click the notification bell, and we'll be back tomorrow with a review of 3,000 Years of Longing. See you then.